Hello, hello. My name is Justin. If this is your first time here on the channel, and I'm a human being, and I'm very in tune with energy. I've done a ton of work. Life kind of pushed me into, beat me into submission or into a place where I was willing to do some really deep healing work because I lived in a really dark place for a long time. And I do not anymore. I am forever grateful for that. I had an awakening in December of 2023. And I just kind of come on here and the thing is, we're all intuitive and we're all connected to pure consciousness. Most of us are just blocked off from that. It's the way that we've been conditioned and the things that live in our mind and in our subconscious and unconscious mind, deeply embedded in there many times that are driving us day to day a lot of times. A lot of fear-based things, a lot of things that do not line up with the truth of existence is unconditional love. That lives within us. So what I want to say is, and this might be irritating, I don't know, it's just a feeling that I get. It could be irritating. And I feel that I'm supposed to share it. So I always choose to share. I listen to that over what my egoic mind says. Oh, what are people going to think about me saying that? And I'm laying this out there. I'm laying this perspective out there. It came after a lot of my intuitive stuff comes after I took a nap today. My sleep schedule has been all off. And when I'm still kind of in that subconscious realm, whenever I first wake up, whatever comes a lot of times is usually what I end up sharing about that day. So this is something I've been reflecting on a lot, is our energy field holds all of the things that we believe about ourselves, the things that are embedded in our subconscious and unconscious mind, and we end up attracting things into our lives. So especially with relationships, intimate relationships, it's like we get irritated that the same person keeps coming. I've got a bad picker, that whole idea, all those things. When it's like, there's something within our energy field, there's something within our subconscious or unconscious mind that believes that we deserve that person. So, they're showing up. It's honestly an opportunity. It's an opportunity from the universe. When they're there again, it's like, hey, I'm presenting you with this so that you can choose to blow past all the red flags because you're too scared to be alone, or and that's the thing with being alone. If we tap into this, we can feel that we're never alone. Because it's everything. It really is. It really is everything. And then whatever shows up on the outside is a bonus. But it's an opportunity. We're being presented with an opportunity from the universe because we know, we just blow past it. We know, and that's also shows that there's something within me that believes that I deserve whatever that is that's showing up. But if I see it and I feel that intuitive gut feeling that, oh, this is that situation again, and I choose to do something different and step out of that pattern, the universe, and we uncover these little secret doors through that process, I find. Through secret doors through that process, and also stepping into heartfelt service quietly with no expectation attached, just serving from the heart because it feels good to serve from the heart. The universe gives us these little clues, breadcrumbs, little things, little secret doors, information that we weren't able to access before. So those situations are showing up in that way. So and this is something else that I feel I'm supposed to share. And this is something to bring awareness to, I'm never shaming anyone or making anyone wrong. Know that. Truly, my perspective is totally non-judgmental, and I know that I'm supposed to share. So, especially with our dogs, if you have a dog, our dogs and our children, nothing in your life is there by chance. It is there for specific purpose. So, and our kids, especially before the age, I don't know the age, but especially before the age of 7, they navigate their worlds a lot based on reading energy. And that is my character, that is one of my very specific things that I've always had, is I have always been able to read energy. And I can read energy over what people are saying. We live in a society where people are saying things that are not in alignment with their energy field, and are not in alignment with what they really believe, and are not in alignment with their actions. And so I always felt so confused by that. People hold so much shame about so many different things, and it's like, this time is about like learning who we truly authentically are and stepping into the fullest expression of that. And I find though with dogs, and this is mostly through me tapping back into being able to read energy, because for a long time I was like, gosh, I don't know, something must be wrong. How is it? Because somebody would meet me and they would say something about themselves, and I would go, immediately I'm like, you're lying because I'm reading you right now, and that's not what's true for you. But I'll let you have that experience and tell me that. But for many years, I was like, God, I guess, I don't know, I'm crazy, it's like, I know all these things, but I guess they're not true. But over time, I would go, oh, see, that is the thing. That's the thing that I knew was going on with that person. And we're all able to read energy. We're just disconnected from that part of us. And some of us are more in tune with that part than others. That is part of my path here, is being able to read energy in that way. And that's also where we're all headed as well. Things are about to, they've already sped up, and they're going to continue speeding up. Our evolution is going to skyrocket. So we can jump on that, and do the healing work so that we have the emotional bandwidth to deal with everything that's coming and with how quickly we're evolving through this process. Or we can try to push away the things that the energy of the world is trying to push to the surface right now. That causes a lot of anxiety, is what I find. So, the more that we can allow those things to come through and not make any of it wrong, accept every version of ourselves, go back and the reparenting, inner child work, all of that, huge for me. And so children read energy, dogs read energy. This is how they navigate. Cats probably too. I don't know that much about cats though. So that is a lot of how they navigate their world. And we create our reality based on the things that we believe, even if it's in our subconscious and unconscious mind. It's not something we consciously think about. We're like, oh no, I'm not bad, because it's not there in your conscious mind. Could be just living there in our energy field, which is why the healing process is so important. Look at your dogs. If you have dogs, maybe try to pay attention, and it's usually the dogs take on a lot of because they're reading our energy. They're not listening to who we're saying we are, They're reading our energy, and they end up mirroring different parts of us a lot of times. And a lot of times it's the most irritating parts that we don't want to look at. It's the same thing with our children. Even if we believe that we're a certain way, I find kids especially, they're our creation, not just physically through this form, but they're mirroring our energy. It's something to be aware of, because it's we end up getting really annoyed with them when really it all comes back to what they're mirroring, and they're not listening to what you're saying. They're watching what you're doing, and they're reading your energy. So that was something that I noticed, because I definitely noticed with dogs, they pick up on your patterns, those things deeply embedded in you. I honestly feel like they absorb some of it for us so that it's not too overwhelming for us. I think that they absorb, they're amazing. They're our little healers, It's they absorb too. I believe the dogs that get tumors and stuff, a lot of the things that we're not talking about and we're not expressing, it's they help pull some of that energy from us, which is really beautiful. They're amazing, amazing, amazing animals. But just something to be aware of, something to maybe take in, toss around, and see that this process of healing is about recalibrating our energy. And as we're doing that, if something shows up and we go, well, I thought I worked that out. Obviously, because that will still happen to me. Obviously, there's still something within my energy field. And if there's still something lingering around in there, that's what I'm talking about when I say that guy shows up again, same situation, and it's like normally I would either people please or I would, I really want a relationship, so I would stay in this thing and I would deny the truest part of me. It's such a self-esteem builder when we choose to step out of that pattern. And I find it helps clear that and recalibrate our energy. And then so the universe brings it, like, just shows us something or gives us some information that we didn't have before when we choose that truest part of ourselves, when we choose to take care of that part of ourselves. That is also like, think of yourself as a child, as a baby. That is that purest part of us. That is what that is. That's the most God-centered part of us, that from that pure consciousness. So if we can think of that, like, how would you treat, imagine you as that little baby, like that's taking care of that part of you. Would you put them through that? Because that still lives within us. All of those versions of us, we're just like a larger version of that, but that is still within us. And that is like the most pure part of our consciousness as well.